On Consumer Spotlight tonight, we have a fellow by the name of Charlie Pollard. Now, he's a gambler at heart. He has a propensity towards taking chances, which has made him a successful businessman in part. He presently owns 4 arcades and a moped rental business so far. And also, he's a gambler. He's a game player. He plays everything from shuffleboard to video games to everything else you could think of. And right now, he really passes up a chance for a game. And that's why he's here tonight to tell you about video games and about moped rentals, his other business too. Charlie, welcome.
How you doing, Bob?
Okay. When did you get the gaming fever, Charlie?
Oh, I was young. 7, 8 years old down on the boardwalk in Rehoboth Beach.
Oh, really? That's where it all started, huh?
That's where it started.
Mm-hmm. How did you get into the business that you're in now?
I sort of just stepped into it, I guess you could say. I was between jobs and I stepped into an arcade. I was working in an arcade handing out change, and the owner wanted to sell. It was too much for him, so I decided to buy it. Mm-hmm. Slowly and surely I saved some money, bought some equipment, borrowed a little bit from the people who count, your family, and developed it.
How have the arcade games changed over the years?
Well, that's a pretty big question. They used to be all pinball machines. That's all you'd ever see was pinball machines. Then solid states were introduced into the games about 4 years ago. Of course, when you have solid state components, then the video games come around, and the interest has fallen off on pinball, and everything's video now. Mm-hmm.
Now, you brought a Miss Pac-Man game with you tonight, a video game. Can you tell us about Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man, the other part of it?
Of course, Pac-Man is the game who captured the hearts of everybody. Everybody knows who Pac-Man is. Now they've introduced Miss Pac-Man. Miss Pac-Man is a modification of the Pac-Man. It's different patterns, except they have a female theme. Instead of the Pac-Man, they put a ribbon on her head, a little lipstick on, and she runs around the maze and gobbles up the little dots.
What makes this game so popular?
I think it's just the innocence. It's a cute little game where a little object runs around and gobbles dots. You create your own cartoon, I guess you could say. Mm-hmm.
Now, prior to this, what were some other real popular games? There was another real big one, a star game of some sort.
Well, Asteroids was the predecessor to...
That was the first big hit?
Well, no, that was actually the third. The first big hit would have been Seawolf, which goes way back. Mm-hmm. That game was popular for almost 2.5 years. It was #1 in video games. Of course, there wasn't a lot of competition at that time. Mm-hmm. Then following Seawolf came Space Invaders. Of course, everybody knows Space Invaders. I think there's millions of people who have it on their television sets now. And then following that came Asteroids. Mm-hmm. And then the whole trend changed, and they went to the cute theme, the Pac-Man. Of course, now Pac-Man is beginning to fall off the charts. Miss Pac-Man's coming on. It's a real strong game. But the #1 game in the country is called Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong?
Donkey Kong.
You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Okay. It's a little coal miner, and the object is to run through a maze similar to Pac-Man. Not that you run down channels, but you either try to climb elevators or run on conveyor belts and try to save a little girl at the very top of the assembly or whatever you're climbing.
And what happens if you don't save her?
You lose your turn, I guess. It's pretty big.
What do you see as the future of your industry?
They're always introducing something new. Right now, the hottest games on the market, and they're really yet to be introduced, are video pinball machines. Mm-hmm. They're actually video monitors, screens, in a playfield. Whereas you'll have a playfield just like a pinball machine, but when a ball lands in a certain position, you take a hold of a different control and play the video part of the game, and then switch back to the pinball.
Mm-hmm. Now, what about the moped part of your business? How did you get into moped business rentals?
A friend had done it in Newark. They had tried it in the Newark area. They decided that it wasn't too profitable there. They wanted to sell out. I took over the idea and moved to Rehoboth Beach with it, and it seemed like the right place to put it, and it's gone very well for us there. Mm-hmm. It's a good way of seeing Rehoboth, of seeing the area. You go, you rent a moped for an hour, you can ride around, you can see the whole town in 1 hour's time, and then you can decide what you'd like to do over the period of a weekend or a week, depending on how.
I know, when I'm in Rehoboth, I enjoy on a nice Sunday afternoon to go out on a moped or anywhere I'm vacationing. I can't think of anything more enjoyable to get on a moped and just ride around the beach areas. Is that business growing now, that part of it?
Well, the mopeds get most of their popularity came from the gas crunch. When the prices went real high, mopeds became popular. Everybody wanted to ride them. When gas prices go high, they become popular again. Right now, gas prices are dropping off, thank goodness. And The mopeds are, of course, still popular as a recreation idea at the beach, but as far as people owning them themselves, it seems to have dropped off right now.
What are your plans for the future, Charlie?
Big and better things.
More gambles.
Well, you've got to take chances to get ahead.
That's right.
And if you can't take a chance, or if you're not willing to take a chance, you're probably not going to get anywhere.
Well, thanks, Charlie. It's been fun playing games with you tonight. I know our staff's enjoyed playing all these games you brought along. And viewers, you may someday step into one of Charlie's arcades or his moped rental business down in Rehoboth. Say hi to Charlie when you're down there.
Thank you.
That's been our Consumer Spotlight tonight. Now, how would you like to get a free trip for two to Nassau? You don't have to do anything. All you have to do is follow these instructions very carefully. Watch this.
How would you like to win 7 days and 6 nights at beautiful South Ocean Beach Village in Nassau? I'm sure you would. You can have these fabulous vacation courtesy of Saks Time-Sharing Vacations and Focus, Delaware, if you can call 478-3800 and enter our drawing. We'll be drawing the winner for this trip on May 13th, Thursday night, right here on Focus, Delaware. If you win this trip, you can enjoy our beautiful resort in the Bahamas, and you can spend as many hours as you like on miles and miles of sugar white beaches, or you can play golf at the South Ocean Beach Golf Course, which is one of the championship golf courses in the Bahamas, or you can play unlimited amount of tennis. Or if you would like to go snorkeling or diving, we have a dive center right there at South Ocean Beach Village. You can do this and it wouldn't cost you anything. All you have to do is call us right now at 478-3800 and enter our drawing and mention that you saw this on Focus, Delaware.
You can win the Great Nassau Vacation Grand Prize or one of many other prizes. To enter, simply stop by one of these fine businesses. Matea Associates, The Picture People at 1727 Delaware Avenue, or The Gathering Place, Eagle Furniture, 1050 South Market Street in Wilmington, or Main and Haines Streets in Newark. Airport Toyota, 164 North DuPont Highway in Newcastle, or you can register when you pick up your spirits at the Concord Pike Liquors, 4013 Concord Pike in Tallyville, or stop by and see Greg Schlott at Mako Auto Painting and Body Works, 2400 Governor Prince Boulevard, or visit one of the fine Wing Wah restaurants on the Concord Pike or in the Chestnut Hill Plaza in Newark. You gotta enter to win. Do it today.